Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Seraph of the End, Chapter 8, also known as Owari no Seraph, Chapter 8. And like I said in my World Trigger review, this video, they're kind of late. Also, Hunter x Hunter and Tokyo Ravens aren't going up until at the earliest tomorrow. Trinity 7, since it was 2 chapters instead of 1, is taking a little bit more time. Plus, it's a lower priority video, so I'm probably going to try and get Hunter x Hunter and Tokyo Ravens out before then. And one of the reasons I'm so late is because tonight I was at a Wells Fargo Center for WWE SmackDown Live and Main Event, because they taped that at the same time. If you can't tell, I'm wearing my AJ Lee shirt, because let's just face it, AJ is awesome. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to move on from the awesomeness of AJ Lee to the not-so-awesomeness of Seraph of the End. And what I mean by that is that this is probably going to be my last review of Owari no Seraph. Not permanently, but for a while. Because I just can't deal with Yuichiro. I just can't do it. He's just too bad of a character, and it's just so annoying. He's literally ruining every chapter I read, including this one. At any time he shows up, which is every chapter, I end up getting disappointed because of just how I don't even want to talk about it, because it's just gonna ruin my mood. Right? So I mean, I'm not going to stop reviews permanently. It's just that I'm not going to review it if I think a chapter is good or better, then I'll review it. I'll just put it that way. If a chapter is good, then I'll review it. If not, then I'm probably not going to review it unless I really just have something to say about it, right? And just like the past chapters where Yuichiro is being naive and stupid, this one is one of those chapters. This is one of those chapters as well, and I just don't care. So I'll probably speed through this review because there's not much in this chapter I cared for. And I'm not gonna promise you that this review is gonna be like high quality or anything like that. I'm warning you right now. It's probably this review is just gonna be. I'm not gonna go into as much detail as I usually do. Alright, I'm just gonna briefly go through things. So the start of this chapter is Yuichiro having a dream. Apparently Asuramaru is still trying to take him over, which I guess that's good to see. But I mean, I actually kind of wish Asuramaru would take him over. That way we wouldn't have to deal with him anymore. But unfortunately, it probably won't happen. But after that, he gets up, goes to, not to school, I guess, but he has his new uniform on. He's talking with Shinoa for a little bit. He gets his first mission from Guren. Pretty much what they're going to do is they're going to head to Shinjuku. Well, they're not heading to Shinjuku first, but the point is that eventually they are going to make it to Shinjuku, and during this mission, they're going to counter the vampires, save some humans, stuff like that. And we know from last chapter that Mika is going to be heading to Shinjuku. So this is leading up to the first meeting of Vampire Mika and Moon Demon Company bloodsucker killer Yuichiro, Hyakuya. Alright, so I have no confidence that is going to be done well. None at all whatsoever. So I'm not really looking forward to it. He's probably going to turn into... What's a good example? What's a good example of a character who just loses their mind, becomes kind of lame, and starts crying about the situation? Not literally, but starts crying about the situation. And just like, I can't think of one. Ichigo Kurosaki, that's a good one right there. If something doesn't go his way, he starts complaining about it, crying about it. Literally, he actually does cry about it half the time. He starts crying about it when he doesn't get his way. His self-esteem drops to all-time lows. Ichigo is really annoying when he's in his crybaby mode. Alright? I have a feeling that Yuichiro is going to turn into that. Alright? I really do, so I have no faith that this is going to be done well. But who knows, maybe the author will surprise me. Alright? So far, the author isn't surprising me because the stuff that happened towards the end of this chapter is just typical Yuichiro being a crappy character stuff. Alright? Um, before that though we end up learning about what the group. Oh, when it comes to the Moon Demon Company, they move in groups of 5 because if you moved in a group with less numbers, then at least one person would die. It's practically a guarantee. And in this group, it's the usual group. It's just that they added in this girl Mitsuba Sangu. So, actually, it's probably Sangu, yeah. Mitsuba Sangu. And Shinoa is the leader, which Mitsuba is not happy about, but whatever, who cares? Who cares what she thinks? Guren explains, like I mentioned before, just how powerful these vampires are, and he tries to explain the dangers of independent action. But Yuichiro, never mind. No, I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not. I just. No. Just no. I'm not gonna talk about this. I'm not gonna talk about Yuichiro. Okay. The mission. They leave. They go on their mission. Mission starts. Blah blah blah. Okay, they see this girl running away from one of the 4 horsemen of John, which is actually more than 4. There are more than the 4 horsemen of John is just the title of a large amount of them. There's more than 4 of them. All right, and this girl, she's being used as bait by the vampires, so that stupid extermination unit guys and stupid humans can go out and try and save her, and then the vampires will go and attack the humans. Right? She's bait, and everybody understands this except for Kimizuki and Yuichiro. And Yuichiro endangers the lives of everybody there. He puts all of them in danger. And even when he realizes how much danger he put them in and how he could have gotten them killed, in the end he says he doesn't care. And if it happened again, he would do it again. This guy, he's a bad character. Like, he's like freaking Ryuko in Kill la Kill. I mean, he's a bad character. He's a bad character. What kind of character will say to his friends, the same friends who he was like fighting for just a couple chapters earlier, talking about how like he didn't want to have to kill a Yoichi, you know, the same guy who was talking about friendship and all that crap, and Mika, and just friendship in general. Now all of a sudden he doesn't give a crap about his life at all. He doesn't care about Yuichi's life. He doesn't care about Kimizuki's life. He doesn't care about Shinoa's life or Mitsuba's life. He's like, hey, you guys could die for all I care. As long as I save this little girl right here, then that's perfectly fine. Like, I don't see, this guy is clearly a bad character, all right? And I'm just gonna stop right there because I don't feel like going on this rant because this video is already long enough. I'm just gonna give the chapter a rating of 6 out of 10. Stuff happened, story progressed, but Yuichiro sucks as a character, and he proved why in this chapter. Ryuko is not a character you should be copying, alright? So just don't do that, alright? But that's it for this review, guys. I'm just going to end it here. If this may or may not be my last review of Warrior of Seraph, depending on if it actually gets good at some point, which I have no faith in it actually doing that, but for now, this is going to be my last review of Warrior of Seraph for a while, because, like I said, I don't see it getting good for a while, alright? But, yeah, that's it. This chapter gets a 6 out of 10. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go AJ.信じるこの道を進めたいけさどんな敵